boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk combos go. We come in, we hit it with the trick shot. Nothing banana, we need that bell, but them haters they gon' still watch. Like I just said, when it comes to combat, you looking at the TikTok. You wanna come into the ring, mess around, go ahead, get tricked out. We got the attitude, they seem to dominate. We got the table, we filling up all the plates. You press play whenever you wanna taste. We always with the real, baby, you never gave fake. The blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk about it, they the coldest.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Glowtime Production proudly brings to you its best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. This is We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. I'm fourth of your hosts. I go by the name King, aka some other guy as well. We may get a shout out from him later on in the show. But I'm joined by my other co-hosts as well. I'll shout them out one by one here. What up, Chemo Queen? How you today, babe? Unmute yourself, babe.
Had to unmute myself, but I'm good. I got to see BTS on Tuesday. That was so much fun. I was at MMT, so it was live. So had a crazy week, but I'm glad the week's come to an end. How are you doing, babe?
I cannot complain. Thank you so much for asking, as always. Next up, we got my guy, the final Hugo boss, Travis, down there. How you today, bro?
Y'all okay? Did anybody get shot?
Oh man,
y'all good. So, other than that, though, I'm good. Y'all, how's everybody? Glow, y'all. Everybody, what's happening?
Well, I think I can't complain. I don't know about the rest of Glow, y'all. We'll get to them later on in the show. But last but not least, my guy, Heavy Developmental, Mr. Green. How you today, bro?
Hey man, just another day, man. Just trying to get through the day, man. Let's go. Let's talk some combat.
All right. Well, if you're new around here, do us a huge favor, y'all. Hit that subscribe button somewhere near Mr. Green's left shoulder down there. Also hit the like button so that other folks in the algorithm is always notified of when we drop stuff like this. And you can be notified when we drop stuff like this if you hit the notification bell as well. Which we'll get to later on why you should hit that notification bell, because we don't always start the show on time. Actually, I'll get to it now. As you know, it's about quarter after now. We say CPT for a reason. So we do call ourselves not only the People's Channel anymore, we call ourselves the Culture's Channel. That's going to be our statement from this point on. So we appreciate everybody for joining us today again. If you don't know how the show goes, we normally go around our highs and lows of the week. We give you any upcoming tea that may be going on in the wrestling world or any previews of any PLEs included with that. And we lastly get to your questions and comments. So if you have any questions or comments you have for myself, anybody else that may be a part of the panel, or just anything we talk about, hit us with the @ WTC for We Talk Combats in the comments so we know you're talking to us and not anybody else in the Glow Yard. Also, do me a favor, follow us on We Talk Combat Clips. We drop all the condensed versions of the show over there on throughout the week, Monday through Friday. If you're interested in any of the stuff we talk about in the show in a shorter version, go over there and subscribe. Help us out with our subscriber numbers over there. Also, our watch along schedule before we move on. We do Discord parties throughout the week for Raw, NXT, Evolve on Wednesdays, Thursdays is TNA Impact, Fridays is SmackDown. We show all PLEs. We also show any Saturday or Sunday night main event, as well as AAA events that go on. So if you're interested in any of those, and you want to be a part of the crew and talk to us throughout the week, come on over there. All you have to do is link your Discord to your YouTube so that we know you're a subscriber and you come over there and get access. But other than that, y'all, I know we've been a little down right now. Seemed like it's not really a great show, but we got a party. We got a special guest, if you didn't know. We were waiting to bring him on and all. Special guy. We appreciate him so much for joining him. First time, I guess, first time joiner of the channel, I should say, or first time, what I'm trying to say, guest, just in general. This guy has been doing content,
Yes.
he told me, for 7 years.
Featured guest.
He does awesome content. He's usually out there giving, say a certain perspective on stuff, but it's a perspective we can always respect. So with that being said, shout out to our guest, Travis. You want to give him a drum roll here? Let's do it.
Here we go.
The wise man himself. Everybody's still muted. Hill, you muted, Hill. What up?
I'm muted. Okay. Wait, I'm live. Hold on. I mean, I'm live, on my end as well. So my stream heard it, but for your people,
Okay, there we go.
One more time.
I'm getting logged in.
Finally, the heel has come back to We Talk Combat. Yes. Hey, man, y'all got the soundboards, the production. I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
We haven't been doing this as long.
We try.
We're just beyond our first year.
I like it.
But we're trying, man. We appreciate and we're inspired by folks like yourself. So if you have you on the show, we definitely appreciate you and we respect your content, man. So thank you for being a part of the show.
As long as you respect the heel, you love the heel, you appreciate the heel, it's all good.
And most of the time, the heel's right.
I'm saying, without
new age,
without heels, there will be no good guys. So hey,
exactly.
Let's get to the show, y'all. Y'all know already know how we do this, our highs and lows and all. But we got our guests. We'll basically let them talk about it first. But let's get to our highs and lows, y'all. All right, another week of WWE product, y'all. Let's put it in the people's face. Start off on Monday. We had Jey Uso defeating Solo Sikoa in the main event. And the stipulation was if Solo Sikoa lost the match, that Jey Uso would deliver him to the Tribal Chief this upcoming Monday or tomorrow on Raw. I'll go around the room real quick and get everybody's opinion on Monday Night's Raw. You can tell us your highs and lows of the episode. And now let's just give you a letter grade after each show. So what's your letter grade of Monday Night Raw as well? Let's start with our guest, Hill. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE Raw?
When you ask the question, what was the high? That's a good question, man. I don't know what the high was, honestly. I haven't had a high in a long time. And basically every single thing on the show was a low for me. So I don't know, like, if it wasn't for this channel, I don't think I'd be watching the product, to be honest. It's at least not weekly. So I can't say there was anything high at all.
Well, let me swing it around or switch it around on you. Pause. What do you think were the lows then? You feel me? Like, what were your why didn't you enjoy?
So like the lows really come from like the continuous cycle of like bringing in people around the main guy, but the main guy isn't there, right? So like all these storylines are about Roman or how Solo needs to get back with the bloodline, but he's not over there, right? Roman's not there. How long has it been since Roman talked about that he wants Solo back or Solo needs to come back to the family? It's been too long. It's like, all right, but like, what's he done to show for it at least? It's kind of like that question of like, all right, how much can Roman Reigns not show up and have the people around him do the work for him to progress storylines? But I don't like that because all you do is just sit there and, stall Solo, stall Jimmy, Jay, Jacob. And it's like just for one guy to just maybe come face to face with Solo. But we all know it's not going to go anywhere because maybe in a month's time he's going to wrestle Penta. So it's like, what are we even doing here?
Facts. Like I said, I'm not against that. Queen, I'll go to you. I want to hear what everybody has to say about Raw this week because I have my own opinion. Queen, what were your highs and lows this week, WWE Raw?
So, like, I'll start with my high. So my high was Bron Breakker getting his little bit of aura back. Like, he went up to Paul Heyman and said, yo, what you see at Oba? Where's Oba at? Like, what's really good? And Paul Heyman was like, well, you asking all those questions when if you the guy, then you should just be the guy, right? So I actually really enjoyed that moment because as much as we give Bron Breakker shit, he is like a peer to, Trick Williams and Oba Femi and a few of the other guys that were over at NXT with him. So it was actually kind of cool. It actually gave Braun a little his balls back. Like, we didn't said he'd been neutered, but I actually really thought that was a good segment, and I thought it was really important that they put that on the show. So I appreciate that. Now, in terms of my low point, I'm guessing that Sol Ruka is a Levesque girl because they give her a lot of opportunities, and even though she's growing a lot, at the end of the day, they're starting to throw her with a lot of vets because they understand that right now, as a solo contender, she's very weak. Like, she just lacks on her mic skills. She has a habit to botch, even though people act like they never saw her botch on NXT because they just like to lie, I guess. But, neither here nor there. But I did understand why they did that. That was a confidence building exercise. That's basically, hey, so we see that you got, I mean, not so, well, no, yeah, so we see you got issues, and we're gonna put you with somebody like Io Sky. She's beloved, so it's like nobody's gonna boo or really try and put negativity into the air because they know that Io's also there. That's a lot of times where you can see other matches where it's people that maybe aren't favorable, but they're with someone that's liked, so people aren't gonna want to boo and that be misconstrued. But otherwise, I thought the episode was kind of shit. Like, who cares about Austin Theory? I'm sorry, Akira Kazawa, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry about all that. And Jay Uso pinning Solo Sokola. You know I'm a Solo Sokola girl. I need to make that on a shirt. I'm the Solo Sokola girl because that's my guy. So seeing him lose, I'm really hoping for some sort of major storyline. But just like Heel said, is that they're basically milking time for Roman to go on his side quest over to AAA and shit. So it's like, when are we going to see him? How is he upholding what's going on here? Like, I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but maybe tomorrow we're going to see Roman possibly because that's when he's supposed to be delivered, right? Like, so at the end of the day, I'm not even usually a huge fan of Raw, but I did think this is one of the better Raws that we've seen in a minute. Like, I'm gonna give it
No,
a.
don't, not yet. Don't give you grade.
Oh,
yet.
no grade. Okay, all right.
Mhm.
Well, then then moving on from me then.
All right, cool. So let's go to you, Travis. Then, bro, what were your highs and lows of this week's WWE Raw?
All right, so basically one high really for this show really was the whole Solo segment. You know, us little brothers got to stick together, so you know that's always a positive. Nothing really happening too exciting. A lot of remembrance has been going on for me this week because I also forgot that Big Cass said Corey Graves got legit beef or whatever, and it made me think about what happened last week about Corey Graves not really talking like that really as Big Cass came out and everything. Agreements with Queen, as far as like with Soul and everything, and kind of like with this Oba and Bron situation. Um, this is like this rivalry, okay, is new, it's exciting and everything, but like once this rivalry thing is over, like when Oba finished doing these side quests, I would like to hurry up or see Oba fight for a championship, like either if it's the world or the WWE ones soon. Like once this thing got to get over with, this is just waiting and see it as who he's going to fight in. Now he's definitely have to win. Like it don't matter against who. Like he has to win. But other than that, just Raw was just a like a blood show.
All right, let's go to you. Then heavy developmental, Mr. Green. What were your highs and lows of Raw this week, bro?
All right, I'm not liking this mixed AAA, mixed Raw situation that we got going on here. It doesn't work on the main shows. Maybe it's a crowd thing, maybe it's something else. I don't know, but these AAA matches, they don't hit the same pause as it does on Saturdays. That's the first thing I put it as a low. I guess I'll start hashtag justice for Dom. Dom, you don't need this, Dom. Just walk away. Just go to AAA where your people at, and you are a mega star over there, because the heat that you got here, it's gone now, dog. You're just a jobber now. That's sad, man. I guess a little mix up with the women's title. The fact that we got, like I said, interest in the women's title is a plus for me. That's not saying too much, but it's something, right? Big Cass came out, destroyed Dragon Lee, and then Javon Evans came out, and then he got destroyed. So clearly they're making this Big Cass thing like a thing. It's just he needs to say why he's here. I know he said a little bit last time, but it's just I need like a clear mission statement of what do you plan to do with the division or whatever it is. Like, are you going to be a mid-carder if that's what you want? Are you aiming for grander things? I don't know. We need to hear what you need. We need to state your purpose here, other than just coming through and destroying guys. Everybody talk about the Jey Uso thing. That was great. Just on the fact of Solo, obviously. that Braun Breaker situation, right? I know a lot of people just talks about it, and it's like, he's, I think Queen said he's getting his aura back. It's nah. He still needs some time. He still needs some time for me. He was a second fiddle to Austin Theory in the tag team division. Like I can't. This is the problem with creative. Sometimes they bring people down so far. You gotta get through the mud to get your name back. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm watching Braun Breaker and Oba fight each other as of today, Oba should squash him, right? You should squash the guy that's playing second fiddle to Austin Theory. Like it's not even a contest. So I need him to be a bit more dominant, go through a dominant streak of just destroying cats, randomly. I don't care. Backstage, it doesn't matter. I think he should work with the you think Oba's the future? Yo, you think Oba's better than me? Like, go up to random people and just, when they say yes, because that's what they're going to say, or if they pause, smash them, right? Like build some hype around this, and you could do this throughout the whole show. Maybe 2-3 segments throughout the whole show. Build your mystique back up because he got smashed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're second fiddle to Austin Theory. That's never a good thing. Shout out to the guy that's in NXT saying the same exact thing right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good thing. So he needs to do better with that. They need to do better with that. And I think that's all I got for Raw. I think Heel actually alluded to it when it came to this Roman thing, and it should be talked about. I think me and King, we talked about it earlier. We've been masquerading this bloodline / maybe Seth from time to time, but maybe the Vision, maybe LA Knight. There are no stars here on Raw. Let's just call it what it is. We masquerade this bloodline thing as a star, but they're not individually. They're not. You can't have Jimmy Uso closing shows sometimes. He's not a star. You know what I'm saying? The main gunners, if you want to call them that, they're kind of over in SmackDown right now. You know what I mean? And it's an unbalance, but they masquerade. They put a wall over y'all. They just, hey, y'all really don't see what's happening right now. Do y'all really care about that? And that's what I think people are starting to kind of call it out. We need Roman on him, even though he said he was going to be here through the summer, which he was here, I guess, for his credit throughout the summer. We got to continue this thing, dog. Even if it's 5 minutes, even for a segment, we got to continue this thing. Don't just like start falling back and missing 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks at a time. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I need you to drop that belt. If you're going to do that, then drop the belt. It's just as simple as that. We can't have you doing that. Take a month off and then you come back for 2 weeks. I don't need that no more. So that's how I feel about that. But I think that's it. Going on in the UK.
All right. I don't have much to say about this show. Y'all basically said everything. I thought the show was meh. I do, like Queen said, I did enjoy the Oba and Braun thing, but as you said as well, Mr. Green, it doesn't make sense right now because all WWE is going to do is back himself into a corner where Braun Breaker basically has to win. Because if Braun Breaker doesn't win, it's a wrap. You feel me? So I don't know. Nothing makes sense. The storyline, I guess Solo is going to be an infiltrator from the inside with the bloodline, I guess. But it is nice to see Solo, on the mic and all doing his thing. But it's like, for what? What are we doing this for? So I'm tired of the bloodline myself. I've been tired of it for a second. I'm one of the people that say, hey, I'm tired of it. I understand it brings numbers and all, but I think in a long-term direction, kind of like what you said, Mr. Green, it's not an answer. It's basically like you feel like you're sweeping stuff under the rug with this bloodline situation. You really need to create more stars. We really need to get Opa Femi out there wrestling for the championship. We need to just go on out and be off with the old and in with the new. But yeah, that's basically what I got to say about that. Let's move forward. NXT. The debut heard around the world. Zilla 2 showed up in NXT and interrupted the match between Cruz Montana and Grayson Waller. I'll start with you as well. Hill, did you get a chance to see any of this? Did you see
So
this part?
I saw this, right? And like you said, it's the debut heard around the world, and it's a debut on NXT. So this is the first time in a long time that NXT basically has any relevance. I think the last time it was relevant was Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Nakamura. you know, when all those cats were over there doing their thing. That was the last time it was relevant. And then we saw what NXT kind of got turned into, right? When those guys made it to the main roster, it became like NXT 2.0, and then it truly felt like, you know, FCW just televised, right? Just like an actual developmental just televised. Before that, right, Black and Gold, that felt like a third show. But since then, I got to be real, I haven't tuned into NXT at all. The only time I saw anything from NXT is like when the Undertaker chokeslammed Trick Williams. That was it. And aside from that, the only thing you see from NXT is just, you know what I'm saying, BBL bandits shaking their ass, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's the only thing you see, you know? But now this is the only thing that I've seen out of that. So I'll tune in for Zilla, but that's it.
So you're not really into the developmental side? You'd rather it just be a third brand?
Like, the thing is this, like, it is not a real show that we need to tune into, you know? It's not like SmackDown and Raw where there's like crossover. This is like literally being booked as a FCW, you know what I mean? It really is a developmental. You know, I respect you guys for watching this show. I love you guys for watching this show. I appreciate you guys for loving this. You know what I'm saying? For tuning into the show. But you guys also told me there is another show called Evolve, and I didn't even know that was a thing. You know, and I was like, damn, you guys are tapped in. You know what I mean? So respect to you guys, man. I can't deal with all this bullcrap, man. I mean, SmackDown is already bad as that is, like, let alone these developmentals.
I got you. I'm not mad at you for not watching it. Like I say, we watch this shit so people don't have to. That's our slogan around here. So
yeah,
we understand why you wouldn't. But Queen, let me go to you then, babe. Did you watch anything as far as NXT?
So I did. So I'm going to piggyback off what he said real quick, because sometimes I don't show enough love to Evolve in NXT, but I have grown to appreciate it because I do feel like I'm seeing a lot of the next stars be groomed. That's where we really got Trick Williams and like a few other characters that we didn't really know of until we really started watching it for the show. Like, that's the truth. I had no idea who Trick Williams was last year until we were watching TNA and NXT clips of him in Melo's storyline and his build. And we're like, oh snap, that's the next guy that's going to probably come up. And then lo and behold, hey, he came up, and we were one of the first people talking about it. So, and at the same time, it is hard to watch because it is developmental, but NXT is a little bit more polished, obviously, than Evolve. Evolve, you're really seeing people that have, some people come from the indies, and some people, this is the first shit they've ever done, and you can tell. But again, we are still watching part of the people that are going to be the future, because at the end of the day, I don't want to keep, no offense, I'm 40 years old. I want to keep watching 40 old people win. I want to see who the future's going to be. Like Javon Evans, I've been enjoying watching him because I can see that he's going to have a long career as long as he is healthy, and as long as he plays his cards right. Because obviously at the end of the day, this is still a business and there's a bottom line. And people like Danhausen get a lot more attention because he does sell a lot of merch. So it's sometimes hard to stand out. But as I said, it's been cool watching NXT. And in terms of this week, really, I don't really have a lot of complaints in terms of I got to see like EK Prosper, and I actually do like Lizzie Rain. They defeated Izzy Rain and Nico Vance. And Saquon Sugars, he got defeated, but I actually got to see, you know, some good stuff out of him. Another cat that we really enjoy over here is Zarya, that we call her Big Za. She kind of was connected with Sol Ruka before Sol Ruka went up to Raw. So like, it's kind of been weird watching Zarya still be held back, because Zarya is a strong character. She has a great physique because she has a great stage presence, and she's a good wrestler. So we kind of believe they're kind of holding her back longer, because at a point when she goes up, she really has the potential to take any sort of spotlight away from Sol Ruka. Yeah, and that's then the truth. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, everybody's trying to get up. But as far as low points for me, Cam Hendricks defeated Mason Rook, and Mason Rook is just kind of sloppy as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you in terms of, like, I mean, I'm not trying to body shame or anything, but because his physique is sloppy, a lot of the moves tend to look sloppy too as well. I don't really know how to explain that. You'd have to watch it, but Cam Hendricks beat him, and Cam Hendricks' girl is kind of being smutted out for the the damn Vision right now. So it kind of fucks up the experience of watching him, no offense, because it's like, damn, he a cuck or something. But regardless, go ahead.
Sorry for breaking you off, but like, can we talk about that for a minute, man? Like,
yeah, the Maxine Dupree, Cam Hendricks. My thing is, I have respect for people that care about the craft and shit, like, you know, like normal actors and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I'm beginning to really feel like people be swapping partners around there, and respectfully, that's how you live. Yeah, that's how you live. But at the same time, yo, you fucking up my experience of watching the show.
I told BA, and I think Devin, they stopped. I feel like after the whole, what was it? Rusev and Lana with the Bobby Lashley thing, which kind of messed up their relationship kind of thing. That they stopped that. From that point on, you're known. Like when you're on,
Never forget
they
Lita.
let everybody know.
Lita.
They let everybody know who's together. Like it's like Carmelo when he bring up Kalani, she's gonna be there. You got they just introduced Matt Cardone on a segment with. You feel me with Chelsea Green, everybody like Trick and Lash. You let them know who you're with, Seth and Becky, whatever. This whole thing
with his wife,
with Maxine
and plus these are people's wives and husbands.
Yeah,
that's
like
why I feel
got married.
Like no offense, and maybe it is because I'm getting older and I'm a wife. That feels a little weird and disrespectful. And I know Cam is acting like this is cool because his wife is getting her moment. But did it have to come to the expense of you though? And I think too as well is that he's not thinking in the future about how the shit look. Because when he come up, what they gonna do to make him a dog and make him bark? Like it's like
this feels like Melina and what's her name, Johnny Nitro, when they were punking him, knowing that Batista was messing with Melina and on the background. This is how I
didn't even know they were together. I didn't even know that was like that's crazy. I remember that
Nitro and Melina. Yeah, they were together heavy.
I remember that clip of like Batista. Like, I saw that clip. I didn't know like she was that.
The rest of the locker room started dogging him and all because he didn't stand up for his lady and all. That's kind of how I feel about the Cam Hendricks thing. But maybe
it's a lot of sunny days. A lot of sunny days.
Shit be heat, shit be heat, but shit be real a little bit too. We have the laughs and jokes, but KO and CM Punk are having relived shit for 20 years ago that was real.
And I know Dom,
truth to everything.
Like, so we make fun of Dom. People have made fun of Dom and the stuff that he's done with like Liv and all, but they still have a level of something they don't go past. Like you don't see them kissing. You know, they lift her up. It's like
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? They leave it for the big time. Man.
They are crossing that threshold. Yeah. Like y'all,
their significant other isn't there, so they're playing the role.
They make it a bait. Yeah, they bait at it because they know it's controversial, but they don't cross the line because at the end of the day, they both are in respective relationships themselves.
Yes, but Austin Theory is there with her husband and all of that, and they go to the extreme. So that's why I'm like, yes, this is different.
Oh yeah, and I also thought the shit was crazy too because like Grayson Waller, like it's crazy because again the connection. Grayson Waller used to do shit with Austin Theory, and like it's like I know it sometimes when probably Grayson Waller looks at Ken Hendricks, he's like, damn, Austin Theory. He might be smashing your girl on the low. But regardless, we go get back on topic. I like Grayson Waller. I like what they're redoing with him. And just like we said before, sometimes you got to go back to basics to get your shit together. Like, it's not always, like, obviously you wouldn't want to go back to where you began and be like, damn, why everybody think I'm a loser? I went back. But at the same time, though, you can take that and flip it and use it to your benefit. Like, at this point in time, he's reaching a point where he started to re-elevate his character and reintroduce himself back to NXT, which is actually caused him to get more viral online. So when you get more viral online, it does translate to people start looking more about Grayson Waller, because I always kind of thought he was a joke. No offense, his font is like a SpongeBob font and his colors are bright, but he got good heel aura. And I feel like at some point they can be able to tap into that properly. He got to get bigger though. Like me and King were having a discussion the other day, is that he got to get bigger. Like he's still too lean, and for his height, like he could be a monster. But neither here nor there. Zilla Fatu called Shelton Benjamin the N-word when he was 6 years old, and that's all I keep thinking about when I think of Zilla Fatu. Like, why do all them Fatus be saying the N-word? Like, it just takes away from me being able to enjoy their shit. Because it's just like, I think it's like when you see somebody in a movie, like a slavery movie, saying the N-word. Now I think about you and the N-word now. Like, what's wrong with that family? Why they, like, I don't care if half their family black. They're not the black ones saying it. That's all I got to say about that shit. Other than that, Kendall Gray, she's supposed to be the chosen one, but I'm enjoying that they're putting Kaylani and Callie against her because it's elevating them as well, because people have eyes on Kendall Gray. So at the end of the day, you got to crawl before you walk. And Kaylani Jordan, you know, I believe that she's a very good natural athlete, and I feel like Callie Armstrong, she could be an awesome stable with like a Jade and like a Naomi and like some other bitches over on like the bigger brands at some point down the line. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's still developmental, so it's still a little rough to watch sometimes, but it was all right.
All right, Travis, let's get to you, bro. What were your thoughts on NXT this week?
I thought NXT was pretty okay. It was pretty cool. Mason Rook, I think it's your time, bro. Like you lost to a dude that do this bullshit right here. Man, it's cool. It's cool, but man, I mean, Yeah, black screen Mason Rook. But anyway, look, I think it's time to get the butt off of Tony D'Angelo too, bro. I mean, we had the debut of Zilla 5-2, which is okay and everything, good and everything, but that part of the end where Zilla came on the top rope and said, you know, it's me, it's a new sheriff in town and all that stuff, like, you know, basically gaining aura and everything. Like Tony D'Angelo, you just gonna stand up and just have your arms folded like this, like you're just not gonna say anything. Like you could at least took the belt off your waist, held it up, and just said, like, you know what, come and get it, or you know, something like that. At least try to make it sound like you're engaged in anything like that. But shout out to my girl too, Big Guy. You know,
according to Dave Meltzer
got
and Brian Alvarez, Travis, as long as you feel me, Tony D'Angelo hair puffs up, you good to go.
Oh my god. But anyway, just shout out my girl Big Zai. You know, she got a dub. Brent said, Claire, look, you about to get ready to lose the speed championship, of course Zari about to be a double champ. How EK, you know, saving Lizzie Range or whatever, you know. I forget that sometimes the advance is well, he's a champion on Raw, and it's like when he performs on NXT, it's like, dang, like you wouldn't even know like he's a champion by the way that he loses on NXT all the time. But anyway, just an okay show. I would say that this was better than Raw this week though, for sure.
All right, let's go to you, heavy developmental, Mr. Green. What's your thoughts on NXT this week?
You know, so NXT was a good show. It was a good show this past week. Like I said, it's not nothing too crazy that happened. The Zilla thing, right? It's just we went from having like nobody in the men's division, like it was nobody, and it was Nakamura, I think, no, whatever, Evil, and that was it. Like, and he just showed up. Like it was nobody. And they're holding back my man Keanu Carver, and maybe they had a plan all along, and hopefully this is it, because he can smash all these dudes' balls. He can smash everyone that's there, to make him formidable. But he has to stay in NXT just for a little bit, because you gotta even out some stuff on the main roster. But you know, so you got Zilla, you got Grayson, and you got Montana. All right, cool. That's okay. That's higher talent in your roster, and that's what they was missing. They was just missing talent guys. And I think that's why it could be entertaining moving forward a little bit more. So I like that. I like that. I don't think they need to add nobody else too much. Just let's let these guys work a little bit, and let's see what happens with that. You know, hey, if you want to add somebody, bring back Johnny Gargano. That's probably the only other person I want to add to this mix of lower tier but high talent. That's what I want right there. So shout out to Johnny. He ain't doing nothing. My man been planking for the last 6 months. Get those checks though, my man. Keep getting those checks. I like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was, like I said, it was the Dion B Saquon. That was I'm tired of that. That whole dog state. I think they need to just get rid of that. It's not working no more. It had a moment. It's not working no more. I don't know about Big Zai taking both titles though. I'll say that. If Zai's ready, which we all think she is, and Ren is
taking both titles.
Her segment, her run of doing both shows she's on Evolve 2. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Ren wins. And then Zai can say like, all right, that's it, I had enough. And then she ends up taking the next day because she needs to go. This is literally, she's a big fish right now. It's nothing for her to do. Nothing. She can get this moniker of having both titles, but it's nothing for her to do. She's good. She has a move set. She has her entrance. Everything is tight. It's time for her to go. But it gets her to that log jam which we talked about. So and that log jam includes the women's side, the women's title. Kendall Gray, Lonnie. I hope Lonnie end up getting the victory some kind of way. But yes, Kendall Gray is the prodigy, as they call it. Shout out to Roxanne as Snipes is doing nothing on Monday Night Raw because they call her the prodigy. She's not doing anything. But yeah, and shout out to Callie. Callie's been my girl since day one of Evolve. And I hope that she continues to push the boundaries of what she can do in NXT. And that's it. She had one of the greatest segments of all of NXT when she stole that mic from the other two talking. I was like, I need more of that. I need more of that. Her promos still need work, but that the intangibles, that's the stuff that I look at, and she shows that. So all in all, I think this is pretty much I ain't gonna say a throwaway episode. But it was decent. One more high shout out to Cam. Anybody that got the Cam as a moniker, that should show you something about his personal side too. So you got to watch out for that. He might be a voyeur, but he did beat Mason, and I'm looking at Mason. I'm like, Mason, it might be time for you to go. If not, then I was thinking like maybe you get called up too, and let him. I would love to see him and like a Gunther together. Like let Gunther like tirade him. Like, this is what I used to look like. This is what I used to be. Smack him up a few times, get yourself together, and then let him actually get into shape along that way in that process. I think that's a story there. And I think you always need Gunther needs flunkies. That's what he needs flunkies around him. And I think Mason can do that for a steady period of time until he actually get his shit together and maybe just a different kind of a look. And then next he can go out and do his own thing. So I'm looking towards that. They probably won't do it, but I'm throwing it out there. Just saying if it happens, you heard it here first. But yeah, but that was about it though. So I'll leave it at that.
You know how they compare Mason Rook to Bam Bam Bigelow and all?
Yeah.
They should treat him the same way they did towards the end of Bam Bam's career in WWE. He should be a big man jobber. We need big man jobbers. We need big guys that can be thrown around. Yeah. You feel me? Just be I'm just keeping it real. Guys can go out there causing presence against other jobbers and all that. And then when they fight against certain people, just get beat up over, can throw them around.
When that's their role. Rusev.
I mean,
that's your role now, dog. Don't get pissed
off. That's his role. But we need a younger guy. You feel me? Like we need somebody that's going to be established instead of the older guys. We had to worry about that. So I would see that for Mason Rook. But other than
did I see Ethan Page at all this week? Now you just said Rusev. Was he on any show this week? Damn.
Probably not. But I'm for NXT. I thought it was a throwaway show, kind of like what you said, BA, or Mr. Green. Other than Zilla Fatu being there, you didn't have to watch this. Also, to counteract what Hill said earlier, I think the only reason I watch NXT, I don't watch it all the time, Hill. I don't watch Evolve all the time. There's a lot of weeks I miss it. Like, I didn't watch all of this one. It's bad. It isn't straight indie wrestling anymore, and I think they're going away from that. Like, WWE is going away from back then. It was with Black and Gold. It's more indie guys that were coming over there and showcasing their skill and showing they were skilled and all that. Like you said, it's more developmental now. I use it as a place to find my stars and follow them throughout the journey. It's kind of like a college and all that. It literally is college and all. Like, I'm finding folks in high school and Evolve or whatever. Like Mr. Green said, Callie Armstrong is somebody that's a project that we watch over here. She's been in Evolve and all that. We watch Kendall Gray when she was in Evolve, and they're bringing her next and saying that she's about to be the prodigy to move on. If you don't find somebody you associate with, NXT and Evolve would be trash. Like, you absolutely don't want to watch it. But if you got someone, like we said, we found Trick, Oba, Javon at that point, we were like, oh my goodness, these guys are about to be. We were watching them on NXT saying, why aren't they being called up when they're having the best match of the year on the stand and deliver card and all that? Let's get these guys up and all that. So it really depends on how you look at it. That's why I asked you earlier about the developmental. If you look at it developmental and you don't like the college phase and all that stuff, it's not for you at all because it's not straight indies. I think WWE is moving away from that just completely. But if you do like the developmental where you're trying to find a guy that's going to be your next mega star and all that stuff, then the grind may be worth it to find a guy like an Obafemi or Trick Williams or Javon Evans. You feel me? Those type of guys. So it is what it is. But like I said, overall, this was forgetful. Zilla Fatu showed up. I'm not a huge Zilla Fatu fan. It is what it is.
Why is that?
Just out of the bloodline. He does the same thing. He's just another bloodline member. You feel me? Like, it's just
he is not on the main roster, so that's like better for me.
Well, it's better, yeah, for this situation. But once he moves up, it's just like, do I expect?
I hope it takes at least 1 or 2 years, like it's been taking Trick, Lola, like some of these other people.
No. He's not.
You think? Wait, how long you think he's gonna be there?
At least a year.
Maybe a year. Maybe
at
a
least
year.
a year. At least a year.
That's still not long. I mean, Roman is still, nobody from the bloodline is leaving within a year. So I'm still thinking, like, when he comes on the show, Jake, he's not bigger than Jacob Fatu. He's not bigger than Solo. He's not going to be bigger than Jay.
Yeah, but Jacob is now like he got punked, so Jacob doesn't matter no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no tough people no more. So if Zilla can come in, be a little unhinged, maybe get like some abs going. You know what I'm saying? He might be the second Samoan ever to have abs, so
maybe
he can go out there.
The third, if you include the Rock at 3.
I mean, Rock doesn't really. I mean, like he literally doesn't have like the blocky, but like he's lean enough. But like he's whatever. The thing is this, right? We need these people to basically be their own people, right? I'm talking about the Samoans, right? They have to not like be these guys that immediately are MFT or Bloodline or this or that. So I was looking forward to seeing Zilla, you know what I'm saying, debut. I thought it was going to be at SummerSlam. I'm happy it isn't, right? Because another run-in, another this, another that would have been just rinsed and repeated too much. The fact that he is in NXT, I'll tune in for him. This will give him his solo appeal, right? And when it's time for him to get called up within a year or two, I mean, how long? I mean, I don't want to say Lola Vice, but like, Lola Vice was an MMA fighter, so like she might need a little bit longer. But I think Zilla might be there for at least a year or a year and a half. And as soon as he gets called up, by that time, Roman, he won't be he won't be champion. We might have some internal conflicts, popping off. Solo is there. They might bring him in, be under the lackeys again. That might cause like internal friction. Solo might take Jacob back and this and this. So we have a lot of time to break apart the bloodline. And by next year or 2 years, Roman's not going to hold no title anymore. So you might get some like really, really solo development, like solo as in like individual level development for Zilla when he does get up on the main roster.
I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope, Hill. I'm gonna say I hope, because I think Roman gonna keep the title to WrestleMania. And if he keeps the title to Mania, that's already into next year. I don't know when the bloodline gonna stop. They talking about, you feel me, this bloodline might continue for a long time. They saying they're nowhere near it, so still be in the show of being. Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna get worse and worse, man. We're gonna have like little offsprings, like what I mean.
Bloodline,
like,
yes.
Like on Dragon Ball Z, when like Cell had those little babies like pop out the ground, like that's like the Samoans right now in WWE, bro. But like the thing is this. The more they are, the less individual they're going to be. It's kind of like, I don't know if you watch like MMA or UFC, but in the UFC, like 2, 3, 4 years ago, it was rampant, man. Like, we had a bunch of Dagestanis, Chechens, and we were kind of sick of it too. But now, because there were so much, they're oversaturated. Nobody really stands out individually no more. And that's what's like, going to allow the ones that do stand out to really stand out. Because like, I'm saying, if you can stand out of 100 Samoans, you might be the Samoan tribal chief, So, I think it's time for us to maybe start building up to the new tribal chief, because Roman is out of the door. I think Mr. Green was talking about like, Roman being dedicated this summer. Man, if this was dedicated, bro, I'd hate to see him not dedicated, bro. You know what I'm saying? If this was full-time, bro, I'd hate to see him like part-time, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy work to me, man.
My fear with Zilla with you here is I feel like Zilla's kind of Jacob. You don't feel like he's kind of Jacob? Like, just
but like Jacob,
a nephew
like,
version of Jacob?
Yeah.
Like I hang around Jacob
like,
all the time?
He's like, he's like a mini Jacob, but he's also 26. Right?
Yes.
And it's also Jacob has already done the humiliation ritual. You know what I'm saying? Jacob already bent the knee when he didn't have to. Jacob could have just went out there and wrestled the SmackDown champion, right? The champion on his brand that he's been chasing since December this last year. He wrestled Cody, right, at Santa's main event. Then he did his own thing. After the New Year's, he confronted Cody again. He said, Cody, I'm going to be in line, man, and be ready. They tease that. Roman wins the title. They look around. And then they think, all right, are we going to waste the only guy we ever built up in the last 2 years, Jacob Fatu, Samoan Werewolf? And are we going to have that intriguing challenger be wasted on Cody Rhodes, who's on SmackDown? No, we're going to randomly bring him over to Raw. Right. We're going to randomly bring him over to Netflix, and we're going to give him to the Tribal Chief Cool, right? We're going to give him to the number one guy. It's like, bro, like you just spent 2 years building up Jacob on SmackDown, breaking him apart from the MFTs. Just for him to be a lackey on Bloodline? On the Bloodline, man, I don't know how much these people love their tribal chief, bro, but they really love him, man. Like, goddamn.
So you think Zilla basically is going to finish Jacob's story? That's what Zilla's in line.
He doesn't have a story. Jacob doesn't have a story, but like all I'm saying is, like, because Jacob already bent the knee, he already fell in line. Zilla doesn't have to do that no more, right? So like, it's kind of like the big brother that like paved the way, and now like Zilla can be what Jacob.
That's what I mean. Like as far as doing exactly what he did, but not being a part of the bloodline and all, and actually
yeah,
saying screw this.
And by then they'll already break apart, and maybe it's gonna be time for like a new tribal chief man. Because like I'm sick of Roman, bro. I already made a video. I'm sick of Roman. Like, you know, I dropped it 2 days ago. I dropped another video like a day ago that like Akimo Queen was talking about, like Maxine Dupree and Cam. I don't know what happened, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Every time the heel toss crap about like the female division or like anything, like, you know what I mean, critical, these videos just get, you know what I mean, blackball, dog. Like, goddamn, you know what I mean? I was talking about like how Cam was like just basically a cuck, you know what I'm saying? Rusev 2.0, and it's disgusting, bro. You know what I mean? Let's be real about it. I don't know how Kimo Queen, you know what I'm saying, feels about it, but like when I'm being critical about stuff like that, it's like almost I can't talk about it because I'm a dude, you know what I mean? I also talked about like the goonification of their outfits.
Oh man,
like,
you and King would get along great.
That's why we have Queen here. That's why Queen is here, so she can give her opinion. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's no. So that she can give you, so that she can give your opinions.
No. She didn't give my opinion. I didn't say it. All that stuff she said.
It's my opinion.
That's
no. You get me. You get me. Like,
at the end of the day, we don't always we have intersectionality. But at the end of the day, we still have different opinions about shit.
She can be the face of this relationship on certain stuff.
Hold on.
Yes,
absolutely.
Hold on. I'm not saying that she doesn't have an opinion. I'm saying that like.
Oh, we got real serious for a second. No, we weren't getting that at all from the shit.
No. What I meant was like so that she can say the stuff you can't say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
She
If the
can be
heel
the face
came
of
off
this
the
thing.
wrong way, then hey, man, I was just healing for a moment, man.
Yep. She can be the face of the
But what I wanted to say too before we went on to Evolve, even though Evolve is shit, and I feel like most of us didn't even watch it anyways. No offense. I feel like the only reason why they started pivoting this whole story around was because they took away the Wyatt Six, but that story was bullshit. Because remember, that was the whole thing that MFTs were doing before this all became kind of imploding, as they were doing that whole Wyatt Six story for like almost a damn year. And that's what I think sucked, because I really enjoyed the MFT thing. But at the end of the day, hopefully there's an evolution with it. But I'm getting a little bit of a, what's the word? Samoan
bloodline fatigue.
Fatigue. Yep, Samoan fatigue.
Yep. Bloodline fatigue, man.
All right, with that being said, let's move on. I feel like this is going to be quick, 2 minutes or 2 seconds.
Tubi. They're on Tubi, bro?
Yeah, did you see this?
I didn't even know this was a thing, but what is it, like an all women's like a show?
No. It's the level before NXT. So once you leave like ID and all that stuff, this
you
is the
have
first level.
so you have the tryouts, then you have ID, then you have LFG, then you have Evolve, then you have NXT.
You got it,
man.
You got
These
it.
people, bro.
What
they're trying to say, bro. You're gonna get freaking indoctrinated, man. You're gonna get institutionalized, man.
It's like the military. They're trying to make it a military.
Yes,
and I think they're trying to get people from other indies. I think they're trying to make themselves the indies now. Like they're
it looks like
I don't want to get into brands because I don't want to cause beef for people in the comments. But yes, I don't want to say any
WWE wants to create their own monsters, as they should.
When your quote unquote developmental NXT is making numbers comparable to AEW, then you have to realize that that's no longer developmental. It can be, but it's like high level developmental. Like most of these people can go right now, because people are watching it at the same rate as they're watching some of the AEW product, which is professional wrestling over, just a different brand in a sense. So when you have numbers comparable, do you need another developmental program so that we can get really the raw ones and get them some airtime in a sense too?
Yep. Because TNA, we talk about TNA is there from the Steel guys. That's what the partnership was about, from the grip. We had Trick Williams over there. Trick Williams gave TNA their whole brand. Now, the reason they have a TV deal is because of Trick Williams. When Trick Williams was over there running the show, people were watching TNA. They were having their biggest draws and all that stuff because of Trick Williams. Trick was over there being the champion. Then they decided now, because of the partnership, now you see the Mike Santanas and all, they just grabbing the guys. I don't know. Like, obviously, it's evil business, but it's what WWE is going to do. Like, they want the monopoly. You feel me? They want the monopoly. That's what they're trying to do.
Why is it evil though? Like, you think? Why is that evil?
It's not technically that it's evil. It's evil in the law of society. What I'm saying, building a monopoly. Yes, building a monopoly is seen as evil. You're not supposed to build a monopoly. It's against the law.
Yeah. But like the thing is, this that's what they
wrestling
doesn't have anything else though. Wrestling has nothing else. Like if you look at wrestling, there's nothing else, and like it isn't because like WWE is that like good. It's like WWE is the only thing that is good. You know what I'm saying? Like it isn't that. Yeah, I mean, and you have your 500K people that watch it regularly.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
And then the other issue is
like I'm not disagreeing with you.
But I'm saying like wrestling isn't that big, is what I'm
so
trying
it's
to say.
nothing to push back. So WWE doesn't have it's no fear from WWE. So they're like,
I get you.
I got a Kmart. I'm Walmart, but to stop me from being a monopoly, I got Kmart. Kmart's basically dead. Like you feel me? Like I'm just
No,
thank you for
they just have it around just so it's not a competition. It's like I'm gonna buy the smaller brand because I want to make sure that I can still keep an eye on the smaller brand. And plus, at the end of the day, you know that's Triple H's boyfriend's baby, TNA. That's their baby over there. Well, let me not say that. But yeah.
And AEW has Ring of Honor too, so it's not like they don't have their own pipeline of as soon as somebody get big over in Ring of Honor, come on over to AEW. So that's just business.
Wrestling isn't just that big. Like wrestling in general is just not that big. You know what I mean? Like, we can call it a monopoly, but like it's just not that big. Like wrestling still appeals to the same people that year by year, are declining. There's just every year there's less and less wrestling fans.
Plus, it's expensive to start. It's expensive to start a wrestling promotion. Is expensive in this day and age. That it's easier for them to try and because there's a lot of smaller, even just black-owned wrestling productions, and I see them a lot on YouTube, and they rely specifically on YouTube for their funding.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's hard because.
Go ahead, Quinn.
Go ahead.
Finish your point.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's just in terms of where the money is, it's harder to do. Like basically, me and King had this discussion the other day that if WWE grabs you up, what they expect is I'm about to put some money into you, get you some new teeth, get you your shit together so we can put you on TV, and then I expect for that to pay off to me. Like I'm gonna invest my money into you first, but I want my payoff. I want you to sell shirts. I want you to do all these shows. And I've noticed on Evolve, you'll see a lot of people on Evolve on TNA because at the end of the day, it's about keeping the money in house. I'm already paying you Evolve money. I'm not gonna pay you TNA money, but I'll pay you the Evolve money, and I want you to go over to TNA real quick and go take a loss over there. Yeah. But go ahead, King.
I was just gonna say I had stopped watching wrestling for years. Had heels, so it's not like I gotta watch wrestling. I'm for WWE doing this. I got that whole when Vince McMahon was doing that stuff. I got to a point of understanding. Step away from this. This ain't a good product right now. Stuff going on. I don't want to be associated with this. There's more important things in the world than wrestling. But with that being said, the stuff goes down every year. But there's still no combat sport other than I guess boxing that touches it. Like UFC is in partnership with WWE. And every year, WWE outgrosses them every single year.
Yeah, it's because they can milk the marks. That's it.
Well, if it's just the marks, it still means that you feel what I'm saying. It still means that somebody is paying money and doing something.
Bro, UFC is like I'm not even lying, bro. At least 10 times more popular. At least
Okay.
So the problem is that UFC is not popular to other people. So WWE hits children, it hits women, it hits a bunch of different races of people. UFC does not hit as big of an umbrella.
That's drop the issue. Financial rates every year, and every year WWE makes more than UFC.
They make more because they are a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Rinsing the marks. You watch a show, commercials.
Well, yeah,
everywhere.
it's a demographic.
But hold on. If it's fans of something, don't you become a mark of something? Wouldn't UFC people watch UFC over and over
because you don't see you know what I'm saying, UFC fans walking around with you know what I'm saying, merch of this, merch of that, club WWE. You don't see them paying $16,000 to sit ringside. You don't see them going out there VIP packages. You don't see them going out there, you know what I'm saying, meet and greet this, meet and greet that. No, you know what I'm saying, they don't have
somebody
that,
that's buying the front seat.
Sure, but they're sold out. The wrestling fan, intrinsically is just like a sucker. That's like the problem, right? So
that's a different
the wrestling fan is there to. Yeah, of course it is. But when you say WWE is doing better than UFC, yeah, of course, because their top names only fight once or twice a year, and the difference is the global appeal is massive. When a big MMA fighter fights, it is a real thing. It is a real competition. That's what really brings in people. I can walk out my street. I can talk to people about whatever UFC fighter is relevant today. I can't do that with no WWE fan. But the WWE fan.
I know.
Wait, hold on. You do know though that the WWE goes worldwide and has shows everywhere.
I get you. But that's a novelty. But that's a novelty act.
And UFC has VIP packages too, and they're 10K as well. The UFC does have. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Is your argument that
more
is
popular
your
than
argument that
WWE.
today is there argument that, like, mixed martial arts, UFC is less relevant than the WWE today?
You keep switching the wordplay. Less relevant. No,
Less relevant, mainstream, not getting more viewers.
Yes, it is. It is less than WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. Or UFC would be dead weekly, put on the shows like everything else, and people be watching it when people don't.
It's the same pool of people that wrestling fans get tapped into. It's
UFC. It's a certain audience that UFC only and UFC 1, like Mr. Green said, does not have the star. They've been missing it since Conor McGregor. And then also UFC only really so WWE is 4. We know WWE is mainly a red audience. Like we know they are mainly red as far as the studio and all that stuff, but they still portray to everyone. UFC is a red audience thing. Look at me. There are a lot of folks, bro, here heels in Baltimore, where I'm from, that don't watch UFC at all, bro. Nobody watched that. We say it's just a bunch of white people fighting each other. That's what a lot of folks say.
And even though we know there's other races there.
WWE. It's
honestly,
a lot of us that don't watch the UFC.
To me, bro. It feels to me you're kind of in a wrestling echo chamber, bro.
Hold on. No, Heels. My show is called We Talk Combats. I talk about boxing and UFC. The reason I don't is because it's not relevant. Because it's not relevant right now, Heels. Because I don't have to talk about it. There's no star. There's no Roman Reigns.
Hold on. You see that plaque in the back, bro? That's not a plaque from wrestling, by the way. That's a plaque from a boxing channel I run. I've run that channel since 2015. I know a lot about fighting. I know a lot about UFC, bro. Don't think I'm not this guy that's not tapped in. I'm probably more tapped in.
I didn't say you weren't tapped in at all. What I just said to you is that when I say
WWE is not on a global level doing well, pulling in people, pulling in new viewers, they aren't. They're already just tapping into the people that care to watch.
Neither is UFC. UFC is struggling to bring in new folks right now, Hills, because
I think the thing that everyone's forgetting is that UFC and WWE came together because both of them were trying to elevate both of their brands. UFC does have a specific market, and WWE is more encompassing. But at the end of the day, one has more history. WWE's been around longer. Like you just said, we have boxing and other combat shows.
The thing is this, though.
We gotta
when the WWE gets more money, it isn't because they're better or more relevant.
No one said they're better. That's what I'm saying. I think you're getting offended because you.
I'm not offended. I'm just trying to explain to you.
Just because something's more popular does not mean it's better. There are a bunch of movies that make a bunch of money that I think are trash. That don't mean it's better. I'm not saying it's a better product. What I'm saying it's more popular.
Okay, it's not wrestling is not more popular at all. Not in the slightest. It's not. It really isn't. Okay,
it isn't. All right.
Okay.
Well,
the fact is this: if it was, you would see a lot more channels of professional wrestling with over 100,000 subscribers. You have a bunch of MMA channels over 100,000 subscribers. If that was the case, right? Wrestling on a weekly basis would be selling out their SmackDowns and Raws.
We can play algorithm games, Hill. Call of Duty is the most popular combat sports game there is as far as esports and doing shooting and all. They don't have the most popular videos no more.
It's Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is number one.
All right. Okay. We talking. I'm sorry. I'm in console. I'm talking console. Yes, we can go to console. My bad.
I mean, CS:GO is not on console.
Console play. I'm talking. That's why I know. That's why I'm not talking about that. Console play, Hill.
I mean, you said
the number one game console play. It is. Is it not? You're right about that. Is it not the number one play console play?
Well, the esports can't grow because every year there's a new Call of Duty. So that's a different topic.
Then I mean we got to agree to disagree. We can move forward to TNA Impact. Then guys, Hill, did you watch this one?
The heel is out here healing, man.
No, you can heal. You're fine.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here healing, man.
You're good.
No, you're not. I'm not bothered by you.
Knockouts tournament, bro. Come on, who cares about this?
I don't even know really what this is even really about. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this is me bullshitting. I do know what it's about, but I feel like it wasn't the time nor place, and there's not enough bitches on TNA for this to make sense. It just didn't make enough sense. I don't even know enough women on TNA, and it kind of just, what is this for? Who is this for?
The TV championship. That's what we defended it.
The TV championship. They're women's mid card.
And Leon Slater.
Travis.
Like that's it. I mean, I really thought that Jada Stone and Indy Hartwell was gonna make it to the end, but I guess not, because I'm not a big fan of the Alicus brand anyway. But other than that, though, you know, just who?
Never mind.
No, I don't like none of the Alicus brand. I'm not fans of neither one of them. Even dude.
But I don't know none of them. Mr.
Like
Green.
I said, besides this, you know, well, of course, Ricky and Leon.
I did not see TNA this week. I went back to see some highlights though, but
but y'all ain't missed nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like the show say, we watch this shit so you don't have to.
Hey, let's move on. SmackDown again. Carmelo Hayes in Boston took the L cleanly.
Oh man, you know, this is no surprise. This is no surprise. Like the fact is this: Carmelo Hayes, just when you look at him visually, bro, like how the hell is he gonna beat somebody like Baron Corbin, bro? The guy is just too small, man. Let that be the job of Trick Williams, and I don't even know why Trick Williams is out here like not even in contention with this guy. Like, why is Carmelo Hayes in this little vortex? Like, what? They can't give Carmelo to Trick. They can't have Carmelo go over on Trick, but when Trick loses the title and Trick wants a little break here and there, we're gonna pop in little old Carmelo so that he can job out, and maybe in 2 weeks we can get Trick and Baron Corbin back at it again. Come on, man, are we taking a piss? Either bring these guys into a storyline or not, bro. It's the same freaking crap they pull on Sami Zayn as well. It's just dumb, you know. Like, oh, Sami Zayn wins at Saudi, great. The following night he loses, great. Let's move. Like, I'm invested. Sami versus Punk, let's go. Oh no, Sami just got attacked by. Or like Cody gets attacked by Gunther, Sami gets sidetracked. Like, are we kidding me? Like, this is why nobody cares about WWE, bro, and that's why UFC is more relevant, by the way.
K-Mo Queen, go ahead. I'm wait till I get to my part. Go ahead, K-Mo Queen.
I can't wait on that one.
Sorry, I'm trying to be a parent for a second, man. So I'm gonna say first off, this SmackDown was good. And I say good very operatively, but I'll tell you what the biggest problem was with this shit. Why the fuck were CM Punk and KO talking for like 20 fucking minutes? Like, nobody did the wrap it up. It messed up the flow of the show. The rest of the show just felt weird. Like, everything was flowing, and then it just kind of just stopped. And it was just...
How long have you guys been watching like SmackDown for weekly on this show?
So basically over a year that we've been doing it on this show, but we were periodically.
Hold on.
Well, so go ahead, King.
So no, I've been watching wrestling since back in Hogan and the Warrior and all that.
Yeah. But like on the show, like, were you guys there for like for The Rock?
Yes. I've been to multiple live things and been to Raw.
Yeah, I've been to Raw and SmackDown.
I've been to the SummerSlam with John Cena, with Shawn Michaels and what's his name? Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan wrestled each other. And all that. I've been a wrestling fan doing this.
I'm talking about this guy. I'm talking about like live on the
show.
Thing?
No, that's what I'm saying. We haven't started this show we've been doing this show for a little bit over a year.
So like I'm trying to say that
last year WrestleMania.
All right, so like my question because of that, like why I'm asking that is like if you guys can compare that, like with those episodes with The Rock lead up to Mania 40 and compare it to this today, could like Chemo, for example, say like this was still good if you were to compare to that?
No, so we did it after that one. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying we started after 40.
So I understand the question. I understand the question you're asking, Heel. I understood the question.
King is just beyond like, bro. King, put that.
We didn't. No. We didn't. We didn't watch that. What I'm saying is that. No, we didn't.
No. I understand what he's saying. No. What he's trying to say is that during the era of watching The Rock and them building up to their PLE.
He's talking about.
That is what I'm saying. No, that is what I'm saying. Hold on.
Let the ladies speak. WrestleMania 40. You said with The Rock was on those episodes on WrestleMania 40 and all the build-up.
Go on, Chemo.
So I did understand what he was saying. He was saying, do these have the same kind of draw that back in the day with The Rock building up to their PLEs had? And I'm going to say no. I'm going to say we did have a few PLEs this year where we had a SmackDown where it like the go-home shows made it feel like that kind of build-up. But right now, no, I don't feel like it's as strong as during that era. No, I don't.
But
I really don't.
If you can compare those episodes, right, and give them a rating, right?
like let's just say, right, the episode where The Rock came back and I don't know, attacked Cody or something, like if you could give that a rating, right, how much would you give that? And give that King, I'm not talking to you, my brother. Calm it down, all right?
That's what you're talking about. No. What I'm saying to Queen, he's talking about when The Rock attacked Cody. We didn't watch that. We didn't watch that. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me.
But I'm asking Chemo though, all right? So hold on.
She didn't watch that, Hill.
All right. Let me talk to her real quick, man. Pipe it down real quick. You know what I'm saying? The Heel is a guest on your show. You know what I'm saying? Have some manners. So
I'm going to meet you real quick because you're a guest on my show, bro. So as I was saying, Queen, like I was saying to you, bye-bye. Like I was saying to you, Chemo Queen, that's not what he was talking about. That's why, please, Queen, don't let him do that. I was saying I watched the show back in the day. Back when we was watching old wrestling, he said, no, I'm not talking about that. How long have you guys been doing this show? He was talking about the present, like just beyond when The Rock and them was there on Cody Rhodes. We did not watch wrestling when that happened. We watched wrestling at the WrestleMania 41, as I was trying to say, Queen. As I was trying to, and you, please, that's what I'm saying. Let me talk. That's what he was saying. So we did not start the show when that was happening. We weren't watching wrestling when that was happening, when Cody was fighting against Roman Reigns. We were not watching wrestling when that was happening. Thank you. Now, thank you to Hill for being a Hill. We can move on to Friday Night SmackDown now. Queen, what were your ideas on Friday Night SmackDown now? Thank you.
I was surprised to see that JC Jane and them won, but I could tell that they're trying to build up Fatal Influence so that they can be another reasonable trio and heel stable on SmackDown. Because other than Lash Legend and Ivy Jax, that's really all we got as far as that. I'm at this point kind of burnt out a little bit on Baron Corbin, and I could do a break on that. And MFT's beating R-Truth, Damian Priest weren't a surprise.
All right, so let's move forward. Travis, what you think, Travis? Don't let him bring that energy down. He was a heel. And
I'm good.
Let's go.
No, I'm good. But anyway, they say it sucks that Melo lost, in front of his hometown. Anyway, hashtag justice for Melo. It amazed me that Chelsea was able to, keep a championship. But, for example, Naomi, when she got hurt, she had to, give up her championship. You don't get no 30 days around here. It seems like you only get certain favorites, and favorites only get 30 days. And like the little segment with KO and CM Punk. I mean, I thought this was going to be on at least Money in the Bank, but I didn't know this was going to be a regular old SmackDown. The way that they've been talking, I thought this was going to be, top of the line. PLE, Money in the Bank, or even a Sunday night's main event or whatever. But that's pretty much what I got to say about SmackDown, though.
All right, let's move on to you.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Shout out to the Tigers, too. New champs.
Go ahead, Mr. Gray. You ain't want to say nothing about JC Jane being the new champ? Shout out to her.
I mean, yeah, it'd be so hard sometimes. You know how I feel about the other two girls that play the floors, though. My bad. But, not too big fan.
You over there laughing at shit. Floor yours.
I like to bring things together, right? And, that sometimes you do need perspective refreshers. And Hills was trying to give a refresher in the sense of, the feelings of The Rock whooping Cody ass with that belt. That was a high level. And we're not touching that because we don't have people like The Rock. You know what I mean? The current creative, they F that up. Triple H F that up. Like let's bring it. Let's take that period and let's bring it to today. Triple H effed everything up to the point.
We talk about that weekly.
To the point that if The Rock had more segments, he was changing. What do you say? He was making wrestling cool again, right? Mm-hmm. So if you want to bring it fast forward, then that's what we're dealing with. So you have less confusion. When you see Melo look like this, it brings confusion. Like what? Why is Melo looking like this as your number 2 draft pick? Why is he looking like this? No, it shouldn't be looking like this to Baron Corbin. Why is Baron Corbin so popular right now? Not necessarily within the fans, just within creative. Why is he your guy right now? What deal did you make? It's not consistent. It doesn't make sense, right? You know what I'm saying? At least let him get like an oohs and ahs. He doesn't get that. He doesn't get anything. That's why I say like it's a stark comparison between him and Cass. Cass gets oozing eyes because he looks formidable. He looks like a monster, and he's doing monstrous things and stuff. Like, oh my god, like it's a difference. This is still Baron Corbin. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Multiple Gimmick, bro. It's still him. It's still him. You know what I mean? So it brings frustration, I think, when it comes to certain people like that. The opening, you know, when you talk about Chelsea Green, like different. I hear the Naomi thing, but that was Vince, right? Vince was quick when it comes to that. Like Vince, hey, you can't do it, get up out of here. We'll link us everything. That was a Vince thing. But when it comes to Triple H, it is there's no standard of operation. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it brings confusion. So she gets 30 days, but she's the interim. Did we drop the interim? So she's the champion because the other one's not. Does she comes back and get it? It's confusion all around. And we just want things to be consistent. If you're consistent, then we can now have more impactful feelings about certain things. But when you're in a state of confusion, it's like there's a wall over your eyes. You're in a drunken state. Like, what are we doing? What's going on? Is this? They didn't do this one time. Now they doing. That was just 2 weeks ago. That kind of a thing. So I didn't like that segment. I didn't like Matt Cardona because you're bringing it. I was trying to see if they talked about their relationship like that on air, not off air, on air. I don't really hear them talking about each other like that on air. So I don't think they were trying to hide it enough. Maybe they didn't have an opportunity to. But you want us to go with the fact that that's her husband. Well, how do we really know that? Through social media, through everything outside of that. But then you let Monday get away with what y'all get away with on Monday with what we talked about earlier. It's not consistent, and it's a problem, especially when we see the guy. It's a problem, right? We see Cam, we see the guy over there. He's right there
all the time.
You know what I mean? So it's brings confusion. And then the way he got jobbed out, like this was the type of thing that you're not supposed to get jobbed out like that. Not like this. That was a bad performance. That was a bad showing. No, he's not supposed to be Gunther, but he was supposed to do something. I don't know, a low blow or something like that, and just get out the ring or something. Like he was supposed to find a way to maybe catch an L, but not look completely lackadaisical like he did. Like he got jobbed out, and it was just once again, I didn't like that. It's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of low lights on SmackDown. JC Jane beats Tiff. I didn't have a problem with that. You know, the youthful movement is in full effect. We're not knocking that, but once again, you had a whole segment of Tiffany Stratton being a champion, and what did she do? She didn't do anything. She it was nothing significant about this title reign that you were like, yo, yeah, Tiff did that. She didn't have anything. So once again, what are we doing with Tiff? Tiff said herself, I want to be a heel. That's where that's easy for her. You keep making her to the slight baby face thing. It's not her. It probably never was her. She's having difficulties. That's why she's not being remembered. Once again, the R-Truth and Damien. No tag name, just these two guys. What did they do that was memorable as a champion? You can't remember anything they did.
They made a theme song together that started with Damian Priest.
They didn't do anything whatsoever, and that's the problem, right? That's the problem.
You're right.
And it's all right. So let's try again. And this is what we do as wrestling fans. We give you it's like your child. Your child do something wrong, like your baby child. Don't do it again. All right, it smiles. It's all good. Water on the bridge until they F up again. We're going to give the Tongans another try. We're going to give the tag team titles yet another try. But what's going to be the difference? They're not going to. Who is there for them to have a memorable feud with? They're not on the show right now. Once again, that's a problem. I think we went through all the championships. We went through Gunther. And yes, Queen talked about KO and all them. And there's so many segments now that because it's like they take what people say and then they just say, F it, this is what you want. We said you know what? Let KO and CM Punk under. I said that. I don't want to put words in other people's mouths or whatever parts, but it's like give them a time limit, and then let them do what they do. They don't necessarily need to be scripted every part of the way. They gave them the opportunity to kind of go with freelance. I think they was freelancing a little bit, but then you didn't set a time limit. Like you didn't listen all the way. How you not listen to the time limit part? Because that keeps them sharp. Whereas though, like, hey, we gotta get some real heavy blows in pause before the time is up. They just let them go, and it was too long, and it wasn't that memorable to do that. It made it seem like it was garbage at the end of the day, which it was because it was just too long. So a lot of misses with SmackDown. I wish I had highlights, bro. I wish I could sit here and tell you like, yo, this was a good part of SmackDown. I didn't see a good part of SmackDown, other than let's say maybe Cody at the last second. But was that timing issues once again? Did they do the old Vince where as though you want to see what happens next? Tune in to wait to the next show so you can hear the results because they cut off the show in a sense. They went past that mark, or did they just not plan it right and they ran out of time and then they had to cut the show? I don't know. That's a question that I shouldn't have to have, but we don't know what Cody did. We don't know how far Cody went. Did Cody do anything else? We don't know, but the crowd wanted it. Clearly the crowd wanted him to go take it to the next level. We didn't see it, so who knows? That was probably, if anything, that was a high part of a bunch of lowlights. I wish I had a highlight for that show.
It's crazy because a lot of folks said they enjoy SmackDown, and I'm with you. But I didn't enjoy SmackDown. I thought that KO. So here's my thing with the KO and CM Punk thing. I say for any show on TV, right? Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have to research other shows to know what you're talking about. So meaning if you drop a new thing, I shouldn't have to go back and say, well, you know what? What is Kevin Owens and CM Punk talking about? What are they what are we getting this long-winded answer for? Who the hell are we talking about? And if you don't know, then what was the whole conversation about? I have no clue. So that's my issue with the whole CM Punk and not Cody thing, CM Punk and KO thing. They were like trying to go somewhere, but then not. You can see they were like told not to go so far, but it's like, but why are we talking like that then? Like it's all in code, I feel like, to me. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was just okay, just to get to a curse word and get a pop. That's what I felt like it kept getting to. And that like the energy, people can say they love what they were saying, and I didn't feel the energy in the arena, like being like, I felt it getting like sucked out of the place, and Kevin Owens had to like run into CM Punk face and say, look at me when I'm talking to you, to get the people to say something and all, because they weren't
a veteran trick, homeboy.
Yeah, it is. But you feel me? Like he did that for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because people were losing them. It was like, no, I don't know what they're talking about. The Cody and Randy thing, it's fine. It was the end of the day. I knew when we got to that point, I'm like, they don't got enough time. They don't got a lot of time to do something. I was talking to Queen the whole time. A lot of time to
finish the match.
Yeah, I know this is on USA, so they're not gonna get like overtime. They're gonna have to stop at 10 p.m. Exactly. And they got to that point, it was done. This Mello thing, like, I have no clue, VA. I had no clue with the like. I thought maybe the payoff would have been Boston. You know, maybe we just waiting and we got him circled on the map. Maybe that's the payoff.
Man had to get his colors on, bro.
He lost clean. He lost clean. That was that's no. He did nothing. Baron Corbin did nothing to cheat. He lost clean.
Right. He beat him cleanly.
I don't want Trick to get that U.S. title back. So I'm like, I don't want that part of it. Like, I don't. This is all. I wish Trick didn't get the U.S. title in the first place. Like I was saying from the get go, like it didn't need to be. That didn't need to happen. But I don't. That Mello thing. Like I don't know what to say about Mello. This is. I don't know where we go. Mello's still not gonna be on a PLE. He's not getting no PLE paychecks.
Main event.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get to. It. Send his ass AAA. They got to send his ass AAA. Had him compete against the Luchadors and all that stuff. I mean, he'd look awesome over there doing the matches, but damn, Mello shouldn't have had to be in a AAA.
Right.
That's my issue. Like, but I don't know, bro. Like I said, I wasn't really feeling this SmackDown. I don't know. We too far in between PLEs. I don't know. Next week, KO and CM Punk. I don't need it. People excited for that, I guess. I don't know, bro. It's just sometimes it be losing me. And I think sometimes the stuff just not for you. this that indie stuff. I've never been a huge indie guy. You feel me? So this don't appeal to me the same way it appeals to other folks. I'm like, okay, let's keep it moving. I'm ready to get the belt off of Punk at this point with all the stuff he doing on like other places and the sites I see him doing other things on the house shows and all that type of stuff. We need to get the belt up off of him as well. But last but not least, y'all, let's move on to AAA. We had Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano basically brawl, and they announced officially that El Grande will be defending will be going against Dominic Mysterio for his AAA Mega Championship at Triple Mania. So what do you think about that? I'll start with you, Travis, on that.
Like you said, man, like we officially know that Dom is challenging El Grande. But this show really just, a typical, AAA show. But I could have sworn this week that this was the week that Damian Priest was supposed to have his first official match in AAA. Because it seemed like the last few weeks, every match that been on the card has been related to this Latin American, tournament for the championship. But other than that, though, I mean, I had no problems with AAA. We seen Penta and the Pedals come out. They had their moment in the ring or whatever. Yeah, that's basically about shit. Just, AAA just been pretty good this week.
All right, keep it moving. Let's go to you, Mr. Green. What do you think about AAA this week, bro?
I didn't see the whole thing. I did see the brawl. With and then Omos and then Mysterio and all. Like I seen that, and so Omos is suspended from what I hear from this. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Dom, just had a run in with El Grande. I said this as soon as I seen it. Yeah, we all was on the same accord. I'm not trying. It's not a credit thing. We was all on the same accord. Please bring Omos to Raw. Please bring Omos to Raw. Dog, please just have some de facto Judgment Day group and just have him in the just have him in the background. He's going to stand out. The dudes just have him there, and then they don't even live in him. They don't even have to acknowledge him. It could just be the huge pause elephant in the room. just who the hell is that guy? Just do that. Just bring him along the show, and then let's see what happens after that. You know what I mean? That's the feeling that I feel from that. Like, hopefully that it's like to me, I watched that and saw all future ramifications from that. But like I said, it's like it's funny. It's when creative does people wrong. Maybe this is their grand plan or whatever. I don't know, but I was always like I was cool with Dom. But now it's like I'm a Dom supporter now. Like I've turned into a Dom supporter, and it's just like, look, man, if you got to stay in AAA to maintain your skill set, your aura, then you might have to, dog, because they don't treat you right on the main roster at all. And you were supposed to be the one. Like I know everyone says like, yo, you're it, you're next. You had a specialized talent, whereas though you had a whole segment of people following you because of who your daddy was, which is clearly the most recognizable luchador of all time. Yeah, we can say Rey Mysterio is that. Across multiple decades, multiple genres, multiple factions, multiple organizations. You know what I'm saying? That's Rey. And you're very close to Eddie too. So it's like, yo, that's your bringing. That's your upbringing. You're supposed to be him amongst the Hispanic in their community. Like you're supposed to be their guy, and you can't be Dragon Lee. So the fact that I get it's the refresher of seeing him on AAA. Like that's the Dom. That's him. That's him. You know what I mean? Like can't go too many weeks without having him not on AAA because it makes you think, dang, like he's just a Danhausen guy. No, he's not just a Danhausen guy. He's really good. He's really good. It's just Triple H don't like him right now. I don't know, but it was cool. I
mean, he scared me about Money in the Bank. This whole Dom thing. Every time this whole Dom thing, I'm like, I think Dom might win it. I'm starting to get to the point of thinking Dom might win.
Who did they tell you the participants yet?
No.
We don't. They got to have qualifying matches.
Right.
But I'm thinking Dom, unless he's gonna lose his qualifying, be too like trash where he can't even beat the qualifying match, maybe. But if he get in there though, he's one of the guys that will be at the top of my list as far as being
a prohibited favorite.
I don't think they're gonna have an old guy in this match.
Who?
No, they should be all young blood.
Like Cody. I think it's probably gonna be one. They're gonna put one guy in there, one old guy in there, like a Cody or a Seth or something like that, like somebody that just can get thrown in there.
I'll be forgetting about Seth.
So I think they're gonna put one in there and establish that, but then the rest of them gonna be a bunch of young guys. But Dom, like you say, he got to win his qualifier, but he probably not gonna have he's not gonna have any belt because I mean, unless they swerve in Triple Mania in Mexico, they don't give El Grande the belt, and he wouldn't have either belt,
right?
That's what I'm saying. So if he gets the belt, then that's Dom just going through everything. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's the story to get the briefcase, man. So he in there as well. Pause. Like so. But let's move on to you, Queen. Get your opinion on this. What did you think about AAA if you saw it?
So the two things that really, like, I guess, were pertinent was one, we got to see a good promo by El Grande, and it involved a little bit of fisticuffs, which is, you know, a nice build up towards Triple Mania next month. My one thing is I hate that they tried to do like a mask attacker angle because I feel like that's really played out, and that it shouldn't. It's too soon to start doing that, especially after all that shit with Seth earlier this year, and like Royce Keys and all people wearing all black and stuff. But at the end of the day, this is all just to build up to Triple Mania. So Dom right now, like I can't tell sometimes if it's real heat or if it's kayfabe. You know what I mean, in terms of just the stuff he says online versus the things that happen on the shows, and that they're saying that he's really unhappy with how things are going right now. But I guess my only one curiosity is, are we going to see any in-person Roman stuff before the end of this contest, which, you know, I guess is like, I'm going to say like 75-25, probably more so 25% chance that he would actually show up. But this is a good way to move AAA after all the attention that they got from the El Grande storyline. Like right now, AAA had a big boom, so now they're trying to keep that, and I think that was one really smart for them to have Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio come together to make this tournament. But also, it brings the potential for not just, you know, luchadors and just Spanish-speaking wrestlers, but it gives it an opportunity for a bunch of different people to jump in that are in that sector to go against Roman Reigns. And it also just sets up a storyline later on for possibly when some of those people may come up to a SmackDown or a Raw, they'll have a future story basically because they've been in the competition that can be used. And also I think they're doing this too because Chad Gable right now is working his way, you know, with his title, and he's kind of taken back more of a role on the regular shows. So I don't know. It was all right. I don't have any complaints. Like y'all said, I think Omos is gone probably for a second, possibly because I think he is getting married in real life. So this would probably be the time to take him off the show that we can focus on everybody for this competition. But AAA was all right. I don't usually have any complaints with AAA. Sometimes it drags on a little bit, and sometimes I don't always know all the people in there because they have lore that I don't know yet. But it was cool.
Roman said, "I ain't gonna show up to no damn AAA." He said, "I'm showing up to Mexico City for Raw to wrestle." Man, if he showed up to AAA, I think they said CM Punk, I think, showing up to AAA, Queen. I think maybe it's
yeah, it's in Chicago. He's supposed to be showing up. That's around in September. Around my birthday.
He gonna be there. Roman Reigns, they got to come to him, but they gonna have the Raw in Mexico City, so they gonna have the match there. But as far as AAA, I don't think Roman gonna go. He said he's too big for that pause.
They're supposed to be in Chicago.
Yeah, but when they there in Chicago, CM Punk said he's gonna be there. Yes, for that one. I enjoyed AAA actually. I thought it was a lot of intense stuff, moving the storylines forward. This battle right here with these guys, I thought that was cool. The Penta joining the crew. I don't know their name. What's their name again? Trad, you
Patos Del Mar. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
There you go, Patos Del Mar.
Yeah, basically the Bad Dogs.
Okay, yeah, well, Penta supposedly wanted to join him, and I think he was a member before, right? In the past, they got
right. He's supposed to be back in the day. Yes, he was.
Yeah, and they saying he needs some help if he goes against Roman Reigns and all that stuff. He'll need some help against the Bloodline. So that's probably going to we probably go foreshadowing that as well, where Penta will probably get interfered by the bloodline and all because he told him, hey, you probably going to need some help. But I enjoyed this. I thought this was cool. Like I say, starting to get the momentum going for Triple Mania. They needed to start doing stuff. Had me very intrigued for next week. We'll see what Omos, like Mr. Green said, this will be a great time. You suspend him, let him go other places as well. But why do I feel like I said that same thing to the Queen earlier, BA, but why I feel like they're not? I feel like just going to not be on AAA. And then we just going to sit here and be like, that was a waste.
He will be right there.
But he not suspended. Yeah. This is just to get him away from This is just to get him away from the match so that El Grande got a chance to win. So that it's not Omos in the corner where he's going to beat the hell out of El Grande and make sure this gives El Grande the way where he actually win. And I'm just like, damn, bro, let Omos go wrestle Oba or something right now. Like, this would be the perfect time, bro. But I don't know. I would hope so. I'm crossing my, if that happened, I'd pop out of my seat, literally at home. But I don't think so, yeah. And with that being said, B, let me go to you, bro. What were our highs and lows brought to the people by?
Oh, the merch, right?
How'd you know?
Wait a minute.
If you're interested in the merch I have on right now, any of the merch you saw on the screen, definitely check out our description as well as Travis down there. Definitely check out the links in the description for each one of the shirts. If you grab anything, we appreciate it. Please post on any social media and tag us. We will definitely get back to you, repost anything, and let you know how we feel about it. Thank you in advance. And let's get to our
bro.
What up?
Before we get into the tea, you know, our letter grades.
Oh, thank you. What was the letter grade this week for WWE overall? Thank you, Travis. Look at you. My God. What is your letter grade? We're going to start with you, Travis, for WWE week this week.
I was kind of torn, but I'm going to have to give it I'm giving it a D. Pause.
Hard D. We're going to start off with Mr. Green. Let's go with you.
We're going to continue that sentiment. Another hard D.
Jeez, we got two of them, bars, double D's. Chemo
Throw
Queen.
some D's on it.
What you giving WWE this week?
I guess I'll just go with everybody else and have it a D as well.
Golly. 3 D's. I guess it's up to me.
3D.
I kind of want to give it an F. I'm gonna give it a D though. I like AAA. That was probably it. I really enjoyed. My favorite show was probably AAA. So other than that, yeah, that's probably it. So I'm gonna go with y'all. I'm gonna just go across the board. We're gonna give it a D. Pause. All right, y'all. Let's get to our wrestling team. We got one thing to talk about. For some folks that are interested, TNA has a PLE this weekend, or PPV. Lockdown is in Chicago this weekend. This Sunday, actually. We got a couple matches announced for it. The Hardys will be going against the Nemeths for the Tag Team Championship. So the System will be going against Ricky Saints. I don't know all the names. What's his name, Travis? Ricky Sosa. I'm sorry. I said Saints. I'm sorry.
Ricky Sosa. Jada Stone. Is that Fabian too?
I have no clue.
Fabian.
It is. Yes, it is. It is Fabian. Yes, that is Fabian.
Fabian Ochner.
Yeah.
Archer.
Okay, so is it a street fight or something?
It's like a weapon. I think it was like inside of a cage. I believe so. It's something like that. It is like I'm thinking it might be surrounded by weapons, like hanging on the inside. Like that's the idea that I have.
We have Cedric Alexander versus Leon Slater in a title versus legacy match, which means that if Leon Slater wins, he's a new X Division champion. But if Cedric Alexander wins, they erase Leon Slater's reign from the TNA books. That's crazy. We have what's that? The international championship. Mustafa Ali going against who's that? Travis Jason.
That might be JG Tall Stone.
Who the international champion right now?
I can't remember his name. Jason, but I can't remember his last name.
We got Moose versus Frankie Kazarian. We got Zia Brookside versus Alana Black. We got Elijah versus AJ Francis. Damn, does AJ have a win? And we got the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, which is the Demon. What is that? What's their name? versus the Elegance brand.
The Elegance brand, right? Yeah, it's the thing.
Versus the Elegance brand.
Elegance
Y'all got
brand.
any thoughts about this PPV? Y'all excited about this one? Y'all plan to watch it? Anything about it that y'all excited about?
I mean, I would, but you know, you would know my purposes of watching this whole card anyway. But other than that, though, no.
Hardy Boys.
See, why you want to say that though? we was doing so good, but now you just had to mess up. You had to just say some BS and mess up everything.
Is there any way that Cedric wins?
See, I don't know. But then it's like if Leon does win, why you take the bet off him in the first place?
In the first place, yeah.
No, I keep telling y'all. Why do you think they did that?
Yeah, because they didn't want him to break the. You know why?
They didn't want him to break the
AJ
their golden
Styles
child
and all that, man. That's bull, bro.
That's
give
bull,
it back
though.
to him, man.
Hey, I hear y'all, but it's AJ Styles.
Yo, it's over, yo. When you gonna move forward? When you gonna move forward?
Not right
That's
away.
a whole different brand and all. But
we don't know.
Is there any way anybody thinks Cedric gonna win though? They can't erase that. They're not gonna erase his title reign, right?
No.
That's why I'm like Leon has to win, right?
I don't believe that. They can say they're gonna erase it and just don't. Like what are they going to like? Just not. It didn't happen.
Yeah, he's not one of the. They can do that. You can erase a reign. They done house show reigns and all that stuff before the people know about. That's done happen, but then like it didn't happen.
Yeah, nah. They can't Chris Benoit this.
Damn, he said they can't. So you saying they can't Chris Benoit, meaning that Leon has to win.
They can't.
There's
They can't.
No chance he loses. Maybe it's the outside interference. Queen, you think anything? Maybe outside interference on this one? Could it be that?
I don't know
It's
because
probably not going to be anything clean. It's probably just going to be for story building purposes.
Because X Division don't mean it's an extreme match, right?
no, it's just a straight up X Division championship.
Yeah, so
that's just what they call it.
It can be a DQ, right?
Yeah.
It's like working your way into a corner.
No.
That's what I'm looking at. Like as far as TNA, when you work your way into a corner, that's the only way to get out.
Cedric
really, unless
wins, but because he wins the way he wins, or whatever the case may be, Leon keeps his record. That's you can
there you go. That's what I'm saying.
That way.
Okay. Anything else?
Like I'm thinking too, bro, is that with this, I mean, even if you think like they might lose or anything, like even with Cedric having a system, and Leon has been hanging around with Ricky and Fabius, so I think they'll probably have his back in some type of way during that match. I don't think they're just gonna let the system just come out and interfere.
All right. Anything else you're anxious about in this PLE before we move on?
I don't know. Just talking about it, I guess I'm slightly interested now.
You slightly interested?
Yeah.
You want to see Moose?
Yeah, because this might be one of his last.
Yeah, that's a favorite wrestler.
You think he about to retire?
I don't know. I don't know. Remember, like he said that like that goodbye, or that it was some type of farewell type of post or whatever.
Like the dress. I don't know. I thought that was just because of Frankie, because Frankie had something last week, and I think he just did something this week or earlier. Something.
Moose ain't.
I don't think it was leading towards retirement,
bro. He know. Like no disrespect to Moose. He know what he need to be. You feel what I'm saying? Like
he know his position. Paul.
God, just leave.
He might find a different endeavor altogether. I don't know.
Understood. Yeah, I'm not interested in none of this. Hardy Boys. What's the main event?
Ain't it the nickname of the joint?
You don't know yet.
That's the main event. That's the main event.
No, they had
the Nimitz.
I thought they had that on what you call it. Oh,
He the
dang.
champion.
I thought you saw them. That's right.
It's not for the
championship. That's right. Shit.
That's true.
No, it's for the tag team championship.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking about their match that on TV.
On Impact when they had the championship match.
Here we go again. Well, I gotta find what's the name of that dude, because I don't know what he be thinking when he come to putting these matches together, and who's their entire creative team,
bro.
Carlos Silva.
That's what when you said. That's what I told you.
I'm glad his last name ain't Gold.
When I knew the week before when they announced that and they said that the match was going to be them two for the the world championship match, I'm like, damn, that's your main event. I ain't sticking around. You feel me? Like I'm going to sleep. I'm not waiting at 11 o'clock to see Jeff Hardy wrestle Nick Nemeth. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Travis, you're right. We said this before.
Let me go to you now. What was our T brought to the people by?
By the homies at Fanatics.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. If you need any WWE merchandise, y'all, any merchandise from any sports league at all, check out Fanatics, y'all. You use that link that's in the description or use that QR code that we have on the screen that we showed there. Definitely go there, use that link, and purchase anything. You'll be helping the channel out. If you want to let us know that you did it, let us know. We'll definitely shout you out, but we appreciate you either way. And with that being said, we got questions and comments, and we can end the show. Let's do it.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right. Shout out to Pal. He said, I waited since 1980 for this pod. Shout out to your picture, even though I'm not really a big Tyson fan no more. The older you get, man, the older you get. Marah says, Heel Advocate brought me here. Where you at? Appreciate you. That's you, Queen. Let's see. Santi says hi. What up, Santi? Cuz in the house is always saying what's good, fam. He said, I missed the thing. Luckily, you can always rewind, cuz. Mobile says
rewind,
hi.
but...
What up? Ryan says, well, Heel. And Charles, well, Cuz says, why they even bring Corbin back? I mean, we'll see in the long run. Because why they, I don't know, man.
Pause.
You say what?
I said to smash black wrestlers. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, smashing black wrestlers, dude. Man, damn, bro. Hold on. You actually said something now. Is that supposed to be like is that what Triple H think this is? Like he think we about to jump for joy because Trick beat Baron Corbin? Is that like, now that you said that, bro, is that supposed to be our moment? Like, you know, you sort of build to a moment and then it's sort of be like, he think we want to see Trick beat Baron Corbin, like, oh man, he beat all the black guys and all that stuff, like he Brock Lesnar or something.
He's the U.S. title again, and he can hold that for the no.
Like he Brock Lesnar, like Baron Corbin is Brock Lesnar. That's what we gonna act like, for real. Get the hell out of here, Triple H. That's what you thinking, bro. And last but not least, Cuz said fact. Yeah, he is, man. That's a burial. So hold up, is that not a burial though? That lasted longer. He got offense on that one for what's his name, Carmelo. Was that one not a burial, Mr. Green?
You was say, oh, you told Melo, that's a burial.
He just lost the match.
Get the shovel. Go get the shovel.
Now, is he on his way to Home Depot? It's a possibility.
God damn.
It's a possibility.
Right, appreciate everybody, man, for watching the show today. Also, want to show love again to Heel for being a part of the channel. We do have all this stuff in the description. He is the ultimate heel, obviously, so he had to be the heel here, but he didn't know, man. He met a bigger heel. Shout out to Muy Grande. He almost got a sighting. But appreciate everybody for watching us again. Please, if you're new here around here, hit the subscribe button somewhere near Mr. Green's left shoulder down there. We definitely appreciate it. Hit the like button as well while you're at it so that you notify all the other folks and let them know that we drop this stuff around here every week on Sunday around 3 p.m. color people time. Also hit that notification bell while you're at it so you're always in the know of when we drop this, because sometimes it's Monday, sometimes it's Sunday, sometimes it's Saturdays, y'all. Things can switch. I know Sunday is the normal time, but things do change. We do have lives. We appreciate everybody for being around here again. Lastly, show love to our other channels as well. Shout out to BA and the rest of the 695 crew, Larry and Calvin. They talk on Get Off the Damn Fence weekly on Wednesday evenings. Check my guys out over there. Help them out with their subscriber goals. They're trying to reach their goals to get monetized as well. There's a bunch of different rules going on with YouTube, so if you can help us out for real before February and all for all these channels, would definitely be appreciated, y'all. We definitely appreciate you guys. Next, BA as well with Rel, Big J, and Will over there on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about everything in geek culture and film and television. They have shows on Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings. Help my guys out over there as well. If you like this type of content, I swear you like our other shows as well. You like everything I'm showing you. Lastly, myself and Rel on Cap and Crown NBA podcast, so we talk NBA old school and new school every Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and Friday morning. Y'all, we missed Wednesday and Friday of last week. Things happened. We want to take a little break. We'll be back though tomorrow for a good show, so follow us over there if you're in the NBA stuff. We'll be talking about maybe more about the schedule, Russell Westbrook retiring, stuff like that. So if you want to talk about that kind of stuff, come on over there and talk with us, chop it up with your boys. Again, we appreciate Hill for being a part of the show. This is We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. We are the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. You best believe that this is the Cultures channel. We watch this shit so you don't have to. So for Chemo Queen, for Travis, for Mr. Green, this is King right here, aka Muy Grande Negro Americano. I always will be, always have been the greatest. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.